Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dr. Hank Show. And normally it's the Master Heart family, but today we get the Dr. Hank Show, and we have a special guest. He's actually a member of the Master Heart family, and Tim there. And Tim is actually owns a technology company, and he asked. He said, "Hey, that we're all about." Divine intelligence and understanding divine intelligence and where that comes from. And that's where, the miracles come from and not what has been proven by the world. However, there is AI and artificial intelligence, which can tell you all about the world. And really, it is incredible. We have some people here on like from Farmanex and on Real on what Farmanex does on the you can ask them questions, on what the patented products are and how they're made, and ChatGPT has the answers, and so it is really incredible. And so when Tim came to me and said, "Hey, I'd like to." If your people would and our group would like to learn about Chat GPT, I know. And I'll tell you, my honest response was like, well, I know I got the software. You go to ChatGPT and you ask the question. And apparently that's not all that's to it. And so, Mr. IT, I call on Steve Jobs to get any IT questions that I need beyond that. And so, Tim, we welcome you. We thank you for sharing your expertise and knowledge. It is really something that for the world, we do all live in the world, and so we do want to know about it. And the answers are on ChatGPT. And so, why don't you take it away and show us what we need? And all of you, if you have any questions at any time, just let Tim know, and he'll take it from there.
Well, thank you, Dr. Hank. Again, my name is Tim Geary, and I wanted to get a feel for the people on the call. I mean, have you guys, I'm assuming you're on the call because you've heard of AI, but have you used it? What's your experiences? Do you have questions? What are you coming here to hope to get? I've opened up the chat if you want to put the chat or just unmute yourself, and I'd just like to get a feel for who's here.
Well, I'll go, Tim. So
Okay.
I'm with Farmanex, and so I work on, LinkedIn. We're looking at some other platforms too, but to reach out to doctors and to offer our opportunities, see if they're open. So I would love to learn how to use AI for that.
We'll use that as an example in this class if you're okay
Perfect.
with that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect. Yeah, and I did send out an email and ask people, hey, do you have any questions about it? And it was kind of funny because I didn't hear anything. And I think they're like, where I'm at is like, hey, you just ask a question. Now, at the same time, in fact, my last book I used AI to write part of that book. I know people that have used AI to write a whole book. And the key that I found so far, and what I understand, is it's all in the question. What do you ask in, Chat GPT? Other than that, I don't know. So
Okay.
help us.
Okay. All right. Anybody else want to step up?
Yeah, hey, Tim. Hey, everybody.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Yeah, my name is Deborah. I'm in the Tampa, Florida area, and I am also I work with Robin. We're in the same
Okay.
business together, and I love ChatGPT. I've been using it now for a few months, and it's definitely helped make things easier in terms of like my emails, my outreach, some of my social media. But I know there's more. So I really wanted to know, like, is there a way for ChatGPT to like remember some of the key things that you tell it so I don't have to tell it the same thing over and over again, like signature, calendar link, Zoom link, those specific like links that I typically use. It does go with my signature, but I think that would be awesome to kind
Yep.
of learn. And also, I mean, I've used it for like YouTube to summarize videos for me, which
Hmm.
was really cool. I'm like, what
Yep.
else can you
Wow.
do? So I went down many rabbit holes, you know, with it. But so that's why I'm excited that you're here and sharing your time to guide us.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Those are great examples.
Mhm.
So can I ask you guys, are you guys using a paid account or a free account?
I'm using a paid one.
Okay, good,
Paid for me.
good.
I'm
Is it
using the
through your
free one
company?
and I don't know the
You're
difference.
right. So let's just start there. The difference between paid and free, and also there is more to AI than just ChatGPT, right? Google has one.
Mhm.
Chat is actually going through some growing pains. A lot of the people have left, and they're having some issues. ChatGPT 5 should have been out by now, but it's still a phenomenal tool.
Yeah.
The so we'll go over. This is going to be mostly a ChatGPT class, but also know that there is a Gemini through Google, which is amazing. So most of the
Wow.
answers that you get through chat are immediate, right? And so if you go to Gemini, sometimes the answers will take up to 10 minutes.
Wow.
I was working with a financial client and they said, what banks are primed for a failure in 2025? And we asked, and it spit out Wells Fargo. Kind of, kind of an interesting, yeah. But it took it searched 140-ish websites, came back with a full detailed report that you would expect to get from a Fortune 500 company. Anyway,
Wow.
I was in awe. There's also AI through Zoom. You can have a Zoom call if you're on a Zoom call through work and you have your AI open. You can say, "Hey, why was my name just mentioned?" Right, and then so then you can get the feedback and then come up with your answer because we know everyone multitasks during the Zoom call, right?
I don't, but I know.
Right, right. But we've all been guilty at one point or another. I'm sure.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Dr. Hank, can I share my screen?
Yeah. So I think you got it's on a
Oh
share
boy.
now,
Yep.
but
Yep.
it multiple it could share. Can you share?
I can. I can. There we go.
Or in one here, I'll do one participant. Can you share?
I
No?
do
There you go.
share.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So the first example that we were talking about, can it remember? So here's a couple of clients that I worked with. And so it knows that this is a tire company. And so I don't have to tell it every time to respond as a tire company and these are our people.
How do you put
To,
that in there?
to be able to put that in there, man, you're like a paid assistant. You can come in here and come up here to your and say my GPTs, customize ChatGPT. And so here's the thing that I tell it in just my general. Never say, I hope this finds you well, anything like that. That is my telltale sign that somebody used AI to send your email. It always starts with, I hope this finds you well. And never mention that you're an AI and don't use disclaimers because sometimes I'll ask it, hey, my doctor prescribed me this medication. What is he looking for? And it says, well, I'm not a doctor. Yeah, I know you're not a doctor, right? So you can kind of put those things in there. The other is you come in here into settings. And it will remember all of your searches. So it'll try to customize your searches based on your prior searches. And then
And this is the
also,
paid one, right? This is what
this
you get
is
with paid.
this is paid. The other thing that happens with paid is you're going to get, and I don't get any money from chat, obviously, is you're going to get faster responses. Sometimes it'll say, oh, we're busy right now, and it'll tell you check back later. You don't get that with paid.
Yeah.
So everything that you're doing now, Tim, can you do this in the ChatGPT app, or do you have to do this like on a laptop, desktop?
That's a great question. I use chat mostly on my desktop. I did learn doing some research for this class that Gemini has an app the same as chat, and it works as an assistant. You just kind of put your phone down and talk to it. You know, I called my Natalie. Hey Natalie, what do you think about this? And she'll say, or hey Natalie, can you add this to my calendar? And it's pretty amazing.
Wow.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. So
Looking, yeah.
I'm looking for some things, but so the other thing I wanted to say is, so the Gemini chat that I was telling you about is also, if you look up here, most of you, if you look at the top of your chat, you're probably using chat 4.0, and that will give you an answer right away. If you're looking for a more in-depth, you know, come back to me in 5 minutes, research the web, do whatever you can. O1 is in competition with Gemini.
Okay.
O1 Mini is more like 4.0, but it does a little faster replies.
Wow.
Then there it is.
So would you
yeah,
recommend
there's-
Gemini or ChatGPT? Like, would you, or both? Like, if we were to
It's
choose one.
if you had to choose one, so I pay for both. They're both $20.
Okay.
And I think it's worth it. I think, and sometimes I will compare answers from one to the other because I had this explained to me one time. Any of the AI is like having a friend that has a 170 IQ, but they don't know everything, and so they're embarrassed when they don't know something, and they'll just completely make up an answer, but it sounds believable. And you're like, oh wow, I didn't know that, right? And so it's totally fake. So
Wow.
definitely.
Hey, where did you get that on how to create a GPT? Where did you get that again?
Let me
Can you?
go back. So you go here to at the top
Yeah.
right,
Uh,
and then say my GPT.
okay.
Right.
And then create a GPT.
Yep.
And that's
So
where like Deborah would put in. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do this for Deborah and Robin. We're just gonna call it test. What is the name of your company?
Farmanex.
Farmanex.
Farmanex.com. Is that the
Yeah.
PHAR.
PH?
Pharma, like pharmaceutical.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
pharma and then NEX. One word.
.com.
.com. I mean, you can.
Right.
I mean,
So
it's news. The main company's newskin.com. Robin, right? Like, or should you put?
Yeah, maybe news. Well,
so
That's
I
a
don't know.
parent.
Let's
just show
try
That's
you.
the parent
Farmanex.
company.
Yeah.
Let me just show you. So, and you're a pharmaceutical company?
We're a nutraceutical company.
Hey, what? Spell that.
Nutraceutical, or
Can you spell it for me?
um,
or we can say
No.
epigenetic, but Nutraceutical. Nutraceutical. because we have you know, supplement technologies.
Got it. So we're just going to say,
Just you can even just keep it simple, supplement.
Farmernext.com.
yeah, I'm just going to
I
say
do that. Let's
we are
just see what
Farmer
it
Next.
says.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's just so funny. Just one thing I want to add. So Robin was
Uh-huh.
here this past weekend, and we spent so much time together on ChatGPT. I was showing Robin kind of what I've been doing with it, and now
Okay.
here we are. So it's really cool how this all aligned.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could help. Hopefully you're learning something and it's not stuff you already did over this weekend.
Oh no, this is no, nothing.
Awesome.
This is great. Thank
So
you.
under here, you're going to want to make sure that it's doing web searches, right? So I think the date is 2009, something where its data cuts off, that it has stored in the ChatGPT servers. But if you have this checked web searches, it'll search current content for you.
Oh.
And then also you want data analysis and code interpreter, and I'll show you something that I actually used myself. So this is, we're just going to create this. We can also come in here and configure. Create. Tell me the website again.
PHARMANEX.com.
Yeah.
Create now.
Create. Yeah. And save.
Okay.
Okay. So here we are. And now what were you working on this weekend? Can you
What was
say?
Yeah. Go ahead,
what we
Deb.
were working on? So we were working on you know, emails, like ways to our main business is we want to connect with doctors. So we were asking ChatGPT, you know, some other platforms to use, as well as kind of scripts and word tracking. You know, we're just kind of playing around with it of how to introduce this. And it really gave us some really good ideas that we did, you know, we actually experimented with live, you know, with doctors. But yeah, just a way to you know, introduce this, some emails. I used it to send an email to a doctor's office that we went to, you know, after the fact. But this is awesome because now it will save that information so I don't have to continue.
Right. So, and you can keep refining it. But did you see? And obviously spelling doesn't count. It knows, and because it's great for me because I can't spell.
Oh.
But here
I hope
I
this
said, you know,
message finds you well.
yes. See, exactly. So we need to put that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
And then
would you
you
do
can,
that?
that is back in here. So this, we're gonna, so I went up here on sorry, I'm going a little fast. I went to the top right to edit, and that's mine. So we wanted to come over here to our test, click the down arrow, and edit GPT. Come on, baby. There we go. And that is going to be,
What about conversation starters don't, save this? Would that
well, we
work?
could say, I don't think it's going to be, we want to create a new action.
Hmm.
Let's try that. There you go, it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, how did you do that again? Could you just redo that for us?
Yes,
Just
I
to get
can.
back there.
So, and then you can take this, and you guys know how to use the mail merge in Word?
No.
No? Okay. So let's do this.
Wow. So you hit Word there?
I have Word open, so let me,
Yeah. But do you hit Word and it came up that way?
I had Word open already, so I was helping a friend with a resume.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, so we're gonna,
Okay. So you copy, paste.
so I'm gonna copy this and paste it into Word.
So you open up Word.
Right. I opened up Word
Got
and
it.
pasted this into it.
Okay.
And then let me go back. Sorry, my ADD is kicking in. So we're going to go back to our test. We're going to where? So we have test open. Can you see my cursor up here at the top?
Uh-huh.
Click this drop down arrow, edit GPT,
Okay. Got it.
and
Okay.
the conversation.
Yeah.
So then
Cool.
this goes a little off track. Maybe we can have a different call for you, but to do a mail merge, you would have a database, you'd have an Excel file with all of your doctors that you want to send an email to, their name, all of their pertinent information. So you can put in here that this, obviously the doctor's name and then email, but you can personalize. You're not typing every one of these. I'm assuming you're going to send out 500, 1,000 of these emails, and then you could
Does the
send it.
parentheses there tell chat, hey, whatever your like doctor's name, or
So
how do
at
you
this
get to
point,
the Excel?
so at this point, so let's just do it.
Yeah.
You come up here to mailings. You're going to
Okay.
start a mail merge, and we are going to do. I'm assuming you guys are sending out emails, right? Not letters. It doesn't really matter.
Do email.
Email, yeah.
Yeah, email. And so now,
Wow.
so now what we're going to do, let's do something. Create a new list. So here's where hopefully you already have this in an Excel sheet.
So you'd call it the file number?
Right. So at that point, you would just say, call up whatever this is going to be. I don't have it open.
I like that heading. Did you guys see that?
What?
The subject line.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah. um, partnering in patient health.
Mm,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it's very good at
Like,
being creative,
yeah.
which I think I am at times, but it, no, that's
Can you copy and just paste this whole thing and send it to me? I gave you my content and send it to me.
yeah. So I could do one better.
I'm sure you can.
um, that yeah, I will definitely send that to you.
Okay, okay.
Um,
Yeah, I just figured since you have it there, it might be.
yeah, let's come back to the mail merge. That's going to take me down a rabbit hole, and I'm not sure I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be
Okay.
able to come back from.
Yeah, just email it to me. I'll email it out.
Yeah.
Clinically validated supplements, customized patient support, dedicated practitioner resources, kind of some cool terminology, you know?
Mm-hmm. I don't even know your first. What
I
is
don't
your?
either.
Yeah, I'm just going to call you Hank.
SEI. Yeah, sure. That's why. That's why. SEITZ. SEITZ. Yeah. Z. Yeah. Z is in Zorro.
Oh, geez, sorry.
Hmm. Dr. Hank Inc. Oh, yeah. Do you have to fill out all the stuff? I don't know.
No, I don't. I'm just going to
Okay.
just do it so that you can see.
Yeah,
Um,
we get it.
right. So with that information, now you've selected the recipients, you edited the list, what we just did, and now we're going to insert. So right here, instead of doctor's name, you're going to put insert merge field, and we're going to say first name. And so now mail
Okay,
merge will know to put the first name there for every record.
cool.
Then you could do the same thing, down here.
Uh,
You can get very complex with it, or just blast it out to everybody. And so
mhm.
now if we did preview results, you see where it changes to Hank. You see my cursor
Cool.
up here. So then you realize we forgot a comma.
Uh,
Preview results now,
uh-huh.
dear Hank. And probably don't want to be that informal with the doctor, right? So you're gonna
Yeah.
say
Dear Hankers.
dear Hankers, insert title first. So
Yeah.
now with the
Mhm.
preview results, Dr. Hank, now we realize we missed a space. We missed material. Previews. So now it says dear title period space first name comma.
Oh,
And then if we had 1,000 records in here, you could just keep going through. You see my cursor up here at the top. Keep going through each
right.
record, and it'll generate those emails for you. And if you guys aren't using this to generate emails, this is a huge time saver. So I I don't know if you're using it to, let's say we receive this email, right? You can copy this email and then come back into. I'm going to come back into just my chat and paste that email in here and say, I received this email. Please write a reply saying that I would like to have more info.
Like it nice and short too. People just don't have time to read a bunch of long
Right.
stuff.
And so I'm glad you said that. You can say, this is too long.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm. Or too short, whatever.
Right.
Cool.
Or the other thing you can say is tone.
Wow.
Solutions sound fantastic. You know, any tone you want to be.
How about loving?
Right. You could say, write this as that Dr. Seuss wrote it, and it'll come back with, right. There are
like
tons and tons of things to do here, and I don't want to. This is just kind of scratching the surface for us. The main thing for you is creating your own chat on the side here, and we did that.
Can you just do that one more time?
Do that one more time. We're going to say, oh man, now I forgot what it is.
I think you go there.
Customize ChatGPT. No, my GPTs.
Well, yeah.
And then
so
you go to my GPTs and then create a GPT.
Yeah.
And that'll take you. And so that you're not constantly saying, this is who I am. And say, I always want you to, my signature is this, say thank you. And you can have different signatures and just use a short, you know, use my professional signature, use my formal signature, use my, you know, whatever, my friendly, this is an email to friends. But you give me a word problem and I'm your guy, but you ask me to write a paragraph and it's going to take me a month. And now I can reply to things so much quicker.
Right.
I want to show you a real world example that I had. My wife is an accountant for a large company, and she's been part of the payroll. Their bank is Wells Fargo. They get, if they have a direct deposit that gets returned, they just get, Wells Fargo tells them, or their bank, let's go general, sorry, tells them you had 3 returns for a total of $800. And it's pretty easy to figure out those numbers with the limited list. One time there was a huge problem and there was 94, 6 something different returns for a total of 34,000. They were trying to figure out what numbers they were. I asked Chat and it told me how to do it in Excel. I think I have it.
So Chat did it in Excel then?
Chat did it. Well, first Chat did it in Python. And I said, please use Excel. I don't know Python, right? And so it told me how to do it. And it was a little complex. I like to say I excel at Excel. So I was a little taken back that I didn't know the answer. But anyway, it's using Solver, and I was able to, here's all the payments that were rejected. And so I use a thing called sum product. And so you're using this. I'm going to bore you guys with that. You're using the sum of the product here, and everything is 0. So it's a binary list. And so you can in my, where is my folder?
Hey, instead of getting into that, just because of time,
Yeah,
that
let's get out of there. But it was
and it's something that we won't necessarily get in. But is there anything else that we got a couple of minutes here? Anything else that you think might be important for us that we love that create
absolutely,
a GPT, and
yeah.
anything else we should know?
So the other is when you create a GPT, and I've done this with you, Dr. Hank, you can share it, right? So you can share it with people that only have the link, or you can come in here and say, explore GPT. And these are all people, sometimes they're companies. We did a class on Canva with Dr. Hank a while ago, and you could come in here and say, start a chat, and you're going to say, so now we're within Canva.
With Canva, you're starting a chat with Canva?
Starting a chat with Canva and say,
wow,
create a, what did we create, Dr. Hank? Message? No.
A vision board.
Vision board.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Can't believe you can talk to the different things. And how did you, once we do that, we get it. How did you do that again? It was under
So you
Explore
go down to
GPTs.
explore GPTs and just look around. And I did this purposely, create a vision board with football. When you talked about earlier about being specific, the last time I did this, I created it with soccer. In my mind, I was thinking American football, not
Right. Yeah.
So it'll come through and it creates this long, and
Jeez.
so it didn't work very well this time, but it gives you
but
something
I
to start
get
with,
it.
right?
Wow.
Yeah. And so you could come in here to explore the chats and images.
That is incredible.
Data analysts. I know do you guys crunch any numbers? If you do,
not really.
the Gemini and the O1 for ChatGPT, they do some amazing things. You can put in your numbers. You got to be careful that you're not sharing anything that's privileged or confidential, because it is, you are sharing with a third party. Mm-hmm. So if you can generalize the numbers, but sometimes if you can say, can you see a pattern in here? It'll come up with a pattern that maybe nobody else had seen or saw before.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, so we just have like 2 minutes left, and Robin and Deborah, do you have any questions or thoughts?
No, thanks. Thank you, Tim. Well, I'm gonna explore a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping us.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And is there anything else, Tim, that you think we should, because I love that Explore GPT. I mean, this is amazing.
I would, I can share my email. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. So if you have questions, I didn't know if you would be willing to do that, but if you have any questions or whatever with Tim, we, again, don't really sell anything here. That we're saying that if you want to touch base with Tim, he's a good guy and can help. If you have a major project, he's going to charge you, but he'd be happy to help you.
So when you say, is there anything else that there is, as much as we touched on today, there's that tenfold that we haven't touched on, right? Wow. So once you guys start using it, then you're going to come up with more questions and say, oh, I wish I would have. Feel free to reach out. My email it's my initials. It's TWGEARY@gmail. Tango Whiskey Golf Echo Alpha Romeo Yankee at Gmail.
It's your name at gmail.com?
It's my name at Gmail. My first initials and then my last name at Gmail.
Okay. Okay, got it. So you got a T, Gary, at
Yeah.
gmail.com. That's great. And then, so what I would ask Tim, if you could get those 8 more things or whatever that you think, if you'd be willing and want to, we'd love to do a second session with what are these other 8 amazing things that we can use in order to, have it easier for us and more professional and better for us.
Okay, absolutely. And I can do that. And then I would ask that if you come up with your questions, when you start using it, where are your stumbling blocks? Where are you getting hung up at? Or what do you wish it could do? Because anything that you wish it could do probably can. We're just not asking it the right way.
Okay, and so we could ask you those questions via email then?
Absolutely.
Awesome. You're the man. We thank you very much. Anything else from Deborah, Robin? Any other thoughts?
This is awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Really opened up my eyes to some other possibilities with using ChatGPT and the other one that you mentioned with Gemini. So
Gemini.
Yeah, that Gemini. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
It's
You're welcome.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Deborah, Robin, and the others that were on earlier, whatever. And so this will just help us to make our life a little bit easy. Easy life, easy money. Love you all.
Thanks,
All right.
Hank.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Okay, thank
Bye.
you.
Have a good weekend,
Bye.
everybody. Bye.